Imagine opening a GIS project containing thousands of roads, parcels, buildings, and satellite imagery. How do GIS professionals quickly navigate, find information, select features, and manage layers without getting lost? All of these answers are found in the Map tab. So, like the way it is arranged, we looked at the project tab in the last video. So we'll be looking at the map tab. So you click on it. Now, it's a workspace that every single day GIS professional use in ArcGIS Pro. And it is basically where spatial data comes to life. And then it's where both you add dataset, you navigate maps, select features, and then you access your base map and begin analysis of geographic information on it. So we set that the project tab is the command center of ArcGIS Pro. Now the map tab will basically be the operational workspace. So let's begin. So let's go over the tools. Now I have break down the tools set in this map tab. So the first we're going to look at is the navigation tools. So let's explore them. The navigation we have the fix zoom in. Now look at, if I click on it, look at what you see. This is fix zoom in. Then we have the fix zoom out. Can you see? You can see, right? Then we have the full extent. So it will take us to the full extent where we're going to see all of this continent. So that is the job of this one up here. Okay? Then we have the bookmark. Now this bookmark, you can decide to add locations, you can add things, features to keep and reuse. So the explore tool basically forms your primary tools for navigation. It allows you to pan, to zoom, identify features, and inspect attribute information from a single tool. So I believe we've explored all of this. Now the next is the layer management, which is what we have here. This is, you can see it's written navigate, it's written layer. So this is the layer management tools. Now these tools allows for adding and managing data. So here we have the add data, which we can easily go and add any data from what the folder we've created. You can see we can either add from here or add from here, and then we just add anything. Let's say, let me add this Zank in here. So it has been added. So the layer management tools allows for adding of data, whether it is vector, it is polygon, it is raster, it is anything, it is an Excel sheet, it can be added through here. Then we have the map basement. This one allows you to change this map you see here. This base map you are seeing on this, now you see this base map, you can change it under the base map tab. So you can see some of them. So we have the hybrid, we have the imagery. So let's go with any of them. It will change it to that. So all of that is possible under the layer management tool. And so with this place, you can add data. Maybe you have a data that you're using. You have the URL of the data, so you can add data from path. And if you have an Excel data you want it to come to point, whether it is a survey data or it's a temperature data that is in Excel format, you can easily add it. And then here you create a graphic layer. Here you'll be able to create a layer for graphics. Okay, so this is the second thing. So the add data button allows us to bring shapefile, which we did, geodatabase, file, raster, all of those ones. And then the next tool here we have is the selection. So it's called the selection tool. And in this selection tools, we have few tools like select, which allows you to take polygon, allows you to select any of these tools, whether it is polygon, lasso, cycle, and when you pick any of them like this now, if I click here, you see to make selection to this. So that is the first form of selection. Let's say I have a whole bunch of local government gathered together. I can use any of these two. This is rectangle, but let's check, maybe let's take polygon. If I do like this, it will make selection of all the places I do. Or I used, let's say, a lasso tool. I'm just going to click and go through like this. So any of them, they are selection tool to select what you are looking for in that data. So that's what the select first do. Then the next is the select by attribute. So once I click on the select by attribute, which you can see, select by attribute, once I click on it, is going to open up the attribute tables and allow me, let me use this because this is imagery. I think it was because my hand was selecting inside. Now this is a local government, but I don't think there's anything inside. So when you want to use select by attribute, so let's add a proper data. Since we've learned how to add them, let's add a proper data. So let's come here and let's add the map of Nigeria. Okay, let's add the local government data. All right. So now, if you want to use select by attribute, right? So let's click on map and we click on select by attribute. Now we have it selected. It's asking you selection type. When you click here, you're either selecting new selection or add to the current selection. You remove from current selection, but mostly we're using new selection. So it's asking where. One of the things that select by attribute in the ArcGIS Pro has done that I so loved is that it helps you not just allowing you to do everything. It helps you now. It's asking where, which field do you want to use for this selection. So once you click on the select a field, you'll come down here. Let's say this 0 is the name of the country. This 1 is the name of the state. So assuming I want to select all the local government from Kaduna State, for example, so I click on name 1. If I just want to select a specific local government, it will be name 2. Alright, so I select name 1. So what is saying, where name 1, that's if you check the whole clause now, where name 1 now is equal, so we'll check whether it is equal to or it is not equal to, begins with, does not. So you just select any of them that you want here, but I think equal to is okay for me. It's equal to Kaduna State. Alright, so Kaduna. Now here, let's read the whole statement. Where name 1 is equal to Kaduna. So I'm just going to click on apply. And once I click on apply, it's going to go through and select all the local government in Kaduna. You can see all the local government have been selected in Kaduna. So let's say where name 1 is not equal to Kaduna, let's apply and see. So it selected every other place with exception of Kaduna. Now let's say where name 1 begins with Kaduna, let's select and see. It will select Kaduna. So I'm just changing scenario, taking time so that you understand some of the concept behind the ArcGIS query and all of that. Alright, so let's go again and say, okay, let's want to do something like where name 1 is equal to Kaduna, right? Now we can add another clause. And where name 1 is let's just pick anything randomly anyway. I'm not. So we now say Anambra. I'm just going to do that so that you see. So at the end of the day, what we just say here, we say where name 1 is equals to Kaduna and name 1 is greater than or equal to Anambra, there is no such thing. So the only thing it has here is name 1 equal to Kaduna, and it selects all the local government in Kaduna. So these are just few ways you can use the select by attribute. All right, so let's go back, and then we have select by location, which is so selecting by location is usually used when let's say I have zero features. I have road and building, and I want to say the roads that are or building that are 5 meters away from the road. So let's just, maybe we'll see how we can use this here. Intersect, or yes, let's use intersect, or within a distance. Okay, and then the search distance, let's say 5 meters and 5 meters and new selection. So what I'm saying is this one having, that's the name 2 with this name 1. All right, so the name 2, which is this file nga admin 2, sorry, and this zang, I'm just making an example. It's not necessary to work. Then I'll click on apply. Yes, it did work. So it said those that are 5 meters sorry away from it, you just make that selection. So it is used mostly when you want to select things that are close by with that location. Okay, I believe this is understood. So next we have the attribute. So basically it shows the attribute and where you can easily edit the attribute. Okay, all right, so we can make selection and layers and all of that. So that is one aspect of that. Then you can clear. If I click on clear, and everything is cleared, and also zoom to. The next is the inquiry tool. So under the inquiry, we have where we can search for a thing, whether we search it a layer or we search we locate any of them. So you can use it to search anything within what you're looking for. So you see the to locate or layer. So search layer, what are you searching? If I say Kaduna, I'm not sure that will work, but let's see. Kaduna, under locate Kaduna, none. So depend on the data you bring, but the whole idea is that this one helps you to search for or find location by either address, place, name, coordinate value, and any of that. So this one on the other end is our measure tool, where we use to measure distances. Let's say I want to measure from here to here. So you can see that it's showing a segment in kilometer and all of that. So the measure tool is used to measure different things, whether we want to measure area, want to measure future, want to measure, all of them are there. So you just try them out for yourself. The next is the labeling. Under this labeling, this is what it does. Then we also have the convert. You can convert labels to annotation from the ArcGIS desktop. If you just right click on what you want to label, and you can see convert labels to annotation, and you also convert labels to graphics. So all of these are under this aspect. Take your time, go back all over this thing, review them, and practice them. So an exercise is that you open the GIS masterclass project you created in the last video, and then you're going to add shapefile or future class. Then you change the base map, and then use the explore tool to inspect a future. Create one bookmark, and select at least 3 features using the select tool. So I believe we didn't do practical of creating a bookmark, so I'm going to do that. Now we have this thing here, so I want to create a bookmark. So to do that, I'll just go to map and then click on bookmark, and I'm going to say new bookmark, and I will name it name, for example, and description. So since I'm selected here, if I click on this, if I go back now and click on bookmark, you will see the bookmark is showing this one. This is what is showing as the bookmark now, but that is not what I want to create as a bookmark. So I'm going to remove this and create a new bookmark. So let's zoom this to layer first. Okay, let's zoom this to layer. Now we go back and we new bookmark. So when we go back to view now, you should see this as a bookmark. So this is how to create a bookmark. So it's because I gave an assignment, that's when I remember we did not actually create a bookmark. So this is how you can create a bookmark. So pause the video and complete this exercise I just gave you. So I will see you in the next video where we're going to explore other tools like the insert tools. Thank you.